Hello, 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 all my beautiful, amazing, fantastic machine heads. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to episode number 2 on the Raznac Ultra Realistic Series for Farming Simulator 25 on the Judith, Montana map. My name is Free Machine Gaming, and welcome, welcome, welcome back. Hope you guys doing great. Hope you guys doing awesome, and I hope you guys doing fantastic, because I am as usual. So, we went ahead about 30 minutes because I added 2 different mods in here. We talked about that yesterday, and I realized, well, I needed to add this mod. So we added the moisture mod, the realistic weather mod, but I have the realistic weather mod tweaked to where it'll work for us. All I really want to do is show the moisture levels. I don't want all that. As you can see, we are at, let's see where we are. Moisture level is 4. So this is getting, the edge of the field is getting dry, really, really dry by 7 o'clock in the morning. But as we start to head back into the middle of the field, it starts to get wetter and wetter and wetter. And I think right around here where it's been in the shade, I think we jump up to like 15. One of these sections over here, I think. Oh, there we go. In the corner here. So as the sun comes up this way, it's drying the field. So we need to get harvesting, even though it's late or early yet. It's drying out too much on the edge of the field. And I also added the vehicle, advanced vehicle breakdown mod. So now we have to pay attention to engine temperature and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool. So without further ado, let's get going and get set up. We've got our auger wagon set up from last time. We got this. We're going to start our harvest. And we got to let this warm up now. Let the engine warm up. Now with the advanced breakdown mod, you cannot just jump in and start the vehicle. You must let it warm up, or you will damage the engine, which is really realistic. You must keep if you push the engine too hard and you go too fast when you're doing work, it will overwork the engine. It will break it, and so on and so forth. And then when the vehicle maintenance gets below, now here's our rain. Here's our rain thingy. Oh, it kind of sets up every time. So give me 1 second. Here, there you go. It kind of loads it. This is all our moisture retention, all that stuff. And then we can come down here. And where is the settings? I think it is. Yeah, this is the one that you can come in here and set up. I don't know if I'm in the right one. I'm not going to waste my time because we don't have a very long video. But yeah, so now we have to pay attention to the vehicle's maintenance level. I think it might be under here. Right here, I think. Yeah, right here. So when this reaches 0, it will stop working, and it will always, depending on what I do with it, it will drop this quicker and quicker and quicker. So if I'm running the engine, like for example, if I come down to this, if I'm running the engine really super hot, if I get in there and I start it and I just take off, so on and so forth, it will degrade this super fast. So it will break down. When this hits the 0, then it will just stop. If I leave the lights on the truck, like if we're driving home and I accidentally leave the lights on, it'll kill the battery. So looks like the temperature is good. So we're gonna get going and get set up in the field with this. But we're still at, real quick here, moisture level is only 4 point, but look at a 168 balanced yield. So we're getting a higher level yield because we're totally fertilized. So there we go. We'll lower this down. Get this set up. Let the engine cool down a little bit. And there we go. Let's get this going. Whoops. I got to turn on the swath drop. There we go. And we want to go 1 mile an hour. There we go. Let's go. It's a little heavy for the wheat. There we go, but we should get a decent amount of this. And then what I'm going to do, a really good friend of the channel, AK, has set up to, and give you guys an idea what we're doing in here, so you can see. Now we've got 3.9 miles an hour, 3.9 kilometers an hour. Yeah, it's set up for kilometers in here. I'm going to take AK's advice, and I think what I'm going to do is, it will take me longer to record. Don't I have the straw swath on? No, I don't. Should be getting a straw swath. There we go. There we go, because we need straw. And what I'm going to do is, it's going to take me a longer time to record, but I think what I'll do is I'll play, 15, 20 minutes, and then I'll cut out, not today. Today we're just going to do a normal episode. And then play for like 15-20 minutes, get us set up with the interview or the intro. Sorry, not interview. Let's get out here where you can see a little bit more. And then I will go and play off camera and bring it back for the same thing, but it'd be the same video, if you know what I mean. So we don't have to do time lapses and all that stuff. So I'm gonna work on that and see what I can come up with. I'm supposed to be using my steering wheel, by the way, too. So there we go. But yeah, we're gonna, as you can see now, we will fill up the tank. This holds 10,000 liters. We're gonna fill it up quite a bit faster. But I wanted to add the moisture because I want you guys to understand that moisture in crops, in grass, in everything is a thing, is a real thing. So I wanted you guys to see that. And every mod that I can use that is ultra realistic, I will absolutely use it. And we will get in here and do this. But thank you to our good friend Raznac, who introduced this map to me. I mean, I knew it was out, but I wasn't caring about it too much until I drove around it, and it actually feels just like it does at home. So normally, if you harvest at 5-6 combine, shall we say, if you normally combine at 5-6 miles an hour, you can do roughly about 10 acres an hour. But since we are going a fourth of that, we probably will get about 2 acres an hour, which is about right for the speed. Yeah, I've got a couple, and I also got a couple videos of a couple of YouTubers out there that are really good friends of mine that put out real-life farming videos, and I will be posting them on the videos when they I'll post a link on my videos in the comment section, so you guys can feel free to subscribe to them and watch them as well. I just watched our good friend over at It's a Farming Life for Me harvesting, and he shows his in-game speeds. Now, It's a Farming Life guy. It's really cool. You guys are going to really enjoy him. He used to be a farm sim YouTuber, and with his money that he made from YouTube and Twitch and everything else that he was on, he bought a real-life farm. So he's a real-life farmer now. And then the name of his channel now is It's a Farming Life for Me. And he posts real-life farming videos and real-life things that he does, and it shows you. And so what he does is he understands where we come from as farm sim people. Like, for those of you who want realistic stuff, he does that stuff. He teaches you. So he has the camera panned onto his speed, and he was harvesting barley, I think it was, and he was harvesting at 4.9 kilometers an hour. So what's that, like 1.8, 2 miles an hour, if that? In fact, and then he gets out and he shows everybody how slow it is. He gets out and his friend starts to use the combine. He walks next to it filming. So that, I mean, at 2 miles an hour, you can walk at a slow pace at 3 miles an hour. So it's pretty cool, and he does that stuff for us. And so I'm going to post some links to his channel on mine. I've already got his permission for it, so that's pretty cool. Also, Ryan over at How Farms Work, good friend of the channel, realistic farmer, also plays farm sim, which is pretty cool. I will post some links, so any of you guys that have questions about that stuff. I'm also in the process of getting my own GoPro so I can put my own farming videos out, which will be kind of cool. But our good friend AK, he likes to quote me in his comments. He likes to put up a timestamp and then quote me. And I'm glad that he does that, because I tend to forget, especially since he's watching right now. I think he's watching the 16X Hastings South Dakota map or North Dakota map, what it was. It's a 16X map. It was my first introduction to a 16X map. So I was not, that series only lasted like maybe 10 episodes, I think, if I'm not mistaken, because I had crop destruction on and it literally wilted. I forgot that it wilts, and the whole 150 acre field of, I think it was oats that I had, wilted, and I kind of got discouraged. Plus I got discouraged because I was not at no means ready to do YouTube videos where they were that extensive, and I was put out hour videos, and it took me, I think, the first 100 acre field I did took me 13 hours real time, and that wasn't going realistic, and that was with I think I was using a 13.7 meter header, or 41 feet I think it was, header, and I was going, I think, 3 miles an hour, and it still took me 13 hours to harvest a 100 acre field, so which was like, it was ridiculous. And I got so much straw. I started using a loading wagon that held 55,000, and I ended up with like almost 1 million liters of straw just off one field. So it wasn't ready at that time. But now that I've got probably 5 years in since then, I could do a map again like that. But our good friend AK, he likes to put timestamps up, and I'm glad he does, like I said, because I forget what I say because it's been so many videos ago. I mean, that was probably 3 years ago, I think it was, when I put that video out, 3 to 4. It was an FS22, but it was at the beginning of FS22. And it was just really, really, really a long time ago. So I'm glad he did that. But he's a good friend of the channel, and, you know, I miss my mentors. I miss Eustace Farmer. I miss Grizzly Bear Sims. Grizzly Bear had taken some time off because he was moving, but I have not heard. I sent an email out to him recently, but I've not heard anything from him. So I know for a fact that he's okay, but I know that he's washed his hands. I know there was a couple things that he had that was going on, that he was having issues with putting out videos, and he had way more subscribers than me when I started. Like, I was at 0, and I think he was at like pretty close to 2 grand, as far as family members go, or subscribers, as you guys call it. And he was at that, so I know that he couldn't understand the whole philosophy of 2,000 subscribers, and he would get like 30 videos, 30 views. So it burned him out, and he had done videos a lot longer than me. So, and Eustace Farmer was the same way, except for Eustace Farmer got into teaching people, which is what attracted people to the channel. Like, he would get into some of his story modes, and some of his things that he did was absolutely fantastic. And there's many a times that I emailed him and asked his advice, and without even blinking, he would give me his advice, and kind of talk to me in the side away from everybody else, kind of on email. And that was way before they had Discord and things like that, because I've been doing YouTube now since I think 2019, I did a few videos on FS19, but majority of my videos were FS22, and I think I don't remember when I started my YouTube channel. I think it's 5 years now. I think it's pretty close. But I used to have a different name to the channel, and I changed it, and I think that was changed somewhere in the middle of FS22. And it's been fun, and I've had my issues too, where you get frustrated. Like, I just had a video the other day that we're not a big channel here by any means. We're kind of a small channel, but you put out the effort and you put out the time, and you get like 12 people watching it, and you're like, okay. But I've grown up a lot since then. I've learned a lot about YouTube. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about how long it takes, all that stuff. So as you guys see, I am using my steering wheel now as a way slower steering. So, but like I said, this series may or may not be for everybody. And I want you guys to understand that. I bet you we're going to get about the same distance before we fill it. We may get closer. Remember, we were way up there last time we did this. But because it's going to be multiple days of harvesting, multiple episodes of it, and it's going to be, a lot different than the other series. That's why, and I wanted to clarify this, that's why I have the 2 series going. I have one that is realistic-ish, where we can use autoload, we can use big equipment, we can go like I'll never go past game speeds, but we can harvest at 6 miles an hour. We can do the, plow at 9 or 10 or whatever they want us to do, and we can be a little more aggressive with that. When you're playing realistically, you're kind of stuck with what you can use. You can use what you need to, but this series is also a 200 horsepower or less series. The max horsepower I have is my combine right now, and I think that's 350. So this is the S80, I do believe. I think, yep. But we're getting about the same spot here that we were before. So the outskirts of the field are nice and dry, so we're not going to get as much yield. It's going to break up and blow away and all that stuff. So when we get to the middle of the field, when we start getting 15-16% moisture, because generally speaking, wheat, you want right around 12 to 14% moisture, and go from there. Yeah. But like I said, I want to put that disclaimer out for at least the first 4 or 5 videos, because lots and lots and lots and lots of you guys want to watch realistic, but you get frustrated when we're 7 episodes, 8 episodes in, and we're still harvesting. That's realistic. That's what it costs. That's what it takes, So when we're done with this load, I want to check my stats and see what we're going to be averaging. Right now we are averaging, doesn't even tell me. Oh, because I don't have that mod in here. I didn't bring it in. Oh, I forgot to add precision farming too. I got to bring that back. So before the episode number 3, we'll bring it in because we're still going to be harvesting for a while anyways. So we've got to harvest this field and then straight across. Now I do have crop destruction. I have that on, but I have the withering off. So I want the seasons off. I want to plant what we want to plant, but we're going to do it with I have to put the crop rotation in here also. So we're about ready to be stopping here too. So we will pull the auger out and get it out set. And then we've got to walk our butts over to the auger wagon and bring it around. Now, remember, in the fields, now we put that rule up that we have a strict less than 20 mile an hour speed limit. So we have to keep our thing. And also when we're riding on the road, we only have a 30 mile an hour speed limit. So I actually made it about the same distance. So what that shows me is that, there we go. Set that up. There we go. Perfect. Get out. We will run over here. Now, we have a little super speed here, so it doesn't take forever. That shows me that standard game with no mod in it, it's about 4%. As you can see, we're about 9% moisture. But as we get close, see, as you get away from the edge and you get more into the middle, it's a little wetter. And that's pretty realistic. That's the way it would dry in the end. Or in real life, it would dry it way, way, way quicker on the edges of the field, which is why you can start harvesting so early. All right, now we got to let this warm up. So we got to give it a few minutes here to let the temperature of the engine come up. But we're retaining 27% moisture, which is pretty good. We can also set up irrigation if we want to irrigate our plants. So that's pretty cool too. But yeah, we might eventually make some silage out of this. And because I think you can you drive around the back of this? No. But with this beautiful terraforming, you know, we might not be able to because there's a fence up there. I was going to say, you know, I think it's Palanier has it where you can put a thing there. We're going to be using silage bales there. Now, we want to put, this is 17 miles an hour anyway, so this is perfect. Whoops. Forgot, guys. Got to use my steering wheel. To use my controller, and it was like, whoa, wait a minute, the steering wheel is way over. Keep this on the edge of the field if we can. But we'll keep these videos right around 30 minutes, and then the first field we want to buy. Also, we are not going to do dairy cows on this map. We are going to do beef cows. I've never done them, so I'm anxious to do them. I've been watching videos about them all day. I'm anxious to try to make money. It gives us an idea, like our cow thingy, that our trailer holds 10 cows. So if we can get to the point where we're selling 10 cows per month, that's $10,000 or $15,000 per month. You know, my goal is there's 500 cows. I want to be able to sell, 100 of them, make $50,000, $60,000 a day. But that's going to be way down the line. Now, I have also been watching videos, strong videos of the realistic animals, and if I can figure it out, I'd like to bring it in. I just want to see how close they actually go to realism, and we'll go from there. Because I'd really like to be able to do that. It'd be kind of cool to name people, and I could, my cows I could bring in and tell people that, hey, the first person that comments on it will get a cow named after themselves, and so on and so forth. I think that'd be kind of neat. But I want to make sure I understand how it works first before I get on here and try to explain to you guys how it works, because if I don't understand a mod, I just don't use it, because it's not fair to teach people the wrong way to do it. I gotta kick off my slipper, wearing my slippers and trying to use my pedals and brake, and I'm like, nope, that doesn't work. Anybody who drives in or wears, and what I mean by slippers is flip-flops. So try driving in flip-flops, it doesn't work. So now next episode, when we come back here, I've got to put the manual discharge in here, and I hope I can fit underneath that auger. Yep, perfect. There we go. I want to put the manual discharge in here, and I also want to put what's the other one I want to do here? I don't know. There's a couple other mods I want to put in here that I want to use. Oh, that's what it was. That's what you can tell I never go by a script, because I start talking, and whatever I talk about. I think that keeps it the most original in a way, Next episode, I have had several requests to go over a day in the life of what I do in real life. So I will be explaining to you guys that, what we do when we wake up, how we move our cows, all that stuff. I will use that on the next episode. So there we go. So now I'm going to bring this back over here, and then I will drive the auger wagon back. Ooh, don't crush the crops there. And then that way we don't have to walk back. And we'll keep it. Well, no, we'll keep it over here. But now our wagon that we have, which I don't even think I brought over, did I? I think I only brought this over. The wagon will fit 28,000. So get up here. And see, when you're a one-man operation, also, this is a lot of work. That's the other thing I want to teach you guys. So, you know, we have a 3-man operation on our farm, and it's still hard to keep up with. So I think what I'll do is grab the other tractor, get this out of here like this, and get this turned around like this. I also want to keep track of my RPMs and things because I don't want to break my engine. I really don't. We can't afford that. I brought that mod in for Russell because Russell was like, or somebody was in there about using it. I think it was Russ that was saying, you know. All right, so we got to go for a little walk, guys, and we'll be right back. Let's sprint with this super speed that we have to get over to our other tractor, our Fiat DT, and we will grab our big trailer and dump that in there. So that way when it's full, we got to sell it outright. And we got to keep remembering to warm up our tractors. We talked about that. And then when you shut them off, you got to let them idle. So we'll do that. But yeah, it's going to be kind of cool. So I found out, I'm researching it, like I said, the beef cows, you don't have to use TMR for them because they're going to gain a standard amount of weight. Now, the realistic animals, I don't know. I don't know about that mod. So we're going to check that when we got it, you know. But now I've got these slower tractors on purpose. I can hit the control. I can hit the cruise control. And I do have traffic shut off like we talked about. As you guys know, I can't stand it. Can't stand it. I hate it. I don't understand why they can't figure the splines out and things like that. So, whoops. I almost went by our trailer. Now I am using my steering wheel, so I got to get back into using this. Now I did hear that. I got the realistic airspeed back in, or the air compressor sound. So when it hooks up, then we're gonna get our cover off. I think that's the cover. Is that the cover? Oh, that's a winner. Winner chicken dinner. Can I open the cover? Fold rear hitch, unload here, open cover Z. Give me a second to try to figure this out. Sorry, I'm a little quiet. I'm trying to figure out how to get that cover open. Maybe when it drives underneath it, it should automatically open, maybe? Because it's not going to go through that metal cover. But this is why I picked slower tractors, so that I can have a little more realistic feel to the game. To me, we don't drive around on our farm 9,000 miles an hour through our yard, so... Well, that opens the door, which is kind of cool if you think about it. Might be a mod conflict, I'm not quite sure, because if I can't open this, I'll be selling it out of the auger wagon. Okay, so how do I open the cab? Do I have to hold it? Nope, that's the mirrors. Fold rear hitch. Wait, what does that do? Okay. So I can't open the cover on this? Let's do this. Do this. Saying up. Unfold rear hitch. Do I have to have that when I unhook? Okay. Yeah, let it fold. Okay. Alright, I don't have a manual cover on this thing, do I? I don't think. No. Alright. So, that wagon may be out. Because I can't figure out how to open the cover on it. Am I missing something, guys and gals? Open cover, yeah. That just zooms in. It originally said Z, but then this is open the cover. So there's a mod conflict. Oh, you know what I'm going to try? I'm going to try to take that cover off and see if we can do this. Let's customize this and see if we can take... Can we take the cover off? What's this? Paul, okay, whatever. I don't think you can take the cover off. Oh, default with cover. There we go. Default with green door. Extension. How much does that hold? There we go. Standard. And we'll customize that. See? We'll just take that cover off there. Then that fits. There we go. There we go. Park this right here. And then we'll go get this thing. We got it figured out. We knew we could do it. Now I can do this. But I want to put manual discharge in. So now that should hold... How much does that hold? I don't know. Let me check this here. What's it hold? Okay, 21,000. Good. We can do 2 loads in here. There we go. And when we get 2 loads in there, which is 21,000, we'll fit 20,000, we'll go sell it. So, alright. So, once this is done, we can... I want to leave them running. I don't care about the fuel. Because they're just idling. So, got about a minute and a half, so we'll get this unloaded. Alright, so on that note, please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Hit the little notification ding bell. Get notified when Fury drops a video. Be sure to enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you're watching this. And remember, I love you all, and I will be right back here tomorrow with another Wilderness Wildlands series. We're almost wrapping up that series with the canola, and we'll be on strictly sugarcane, which is exciting. Can't wait for that. All right, so let's get this over here now. Get them lined up. And we'll head over to the combine. That's been idle in a while. And we will... Oops, I was supposed to run. That done. And then we will shut this combine down. And we'll be right back here with this tomorrow. Or the next episode, we'll pick right back up where we left off. So we've already got our first 10,000 liters out, which is pretty good. Oh, I also wanted to check real quick. I want to go to statistics and see. Okay, so in 30 minutes, we got 1.5. So we're going to be averaging about 3 acres an hour. So this 20-acre field should take us about Let's see. 3 divided by 20 is 7. About 7 hours we'll be able to take this. So let me get over here, and we will shut this down now. Rest our engine. We will shut this down now. No lights are on. No nothing, right? So we don't waste our battery. And there we go, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night and the day, the weekend. We will come back, and we will be right back continuing with our harvest next episode. And we will continue. We'll harvest this field, jump over to harvest that field, and then we'll come start baling the straw up. We'll stack it. It's going to take a while. It's going to be here a while. So make yourself a drink. So, all right, guys and gals, get out of here, and I'll catch you tomorrow. We'll be right back here with Wilderness Wildlands. Have a great one, everybody. Great screenshot right there. Later, everyone.